Okay, so I got this another student model I just want to check over. We got problems. There are problems. First off, I'm going to see these weird hard edges in here. Sometimes if I go in and I go to mesh display, I hit soften edge. They aren't going away, so that means there's probably an issue here. This probably isn't joined together. So if I go and I pull it open, whoop, there's one big problem right there. Okay, and I can see n-gons. There's n-gons in here. Actually, there's one right there. There we go. Okay, and so there's triangles. The odd triangle isn't bad, but up in here we're getting gnarly. Gnarly. I can't tell you. There's a few in here and there. Okay. And, okay, first off, to seal up that problem with the hard edge, I could just go in here and hit edit mesh and hit merge with a very small threshold, 0.001, hit merge, and just gotta keep in mind what the hell's going on behind me. I gotta pause for a second, my dog's acting crazy. Okay, I'm back. When I did that, and then if I go up to mesh display and I soften edges, there, now that's softer, okay? But still we got other issues. We still gotta work out some of these other problems with the n-gons. And there's some other issues too, just when I kind of look at the overall body. It looks like it's been smoothed once or something. And anything else I could see in here? Oh yeah. As I remember too, if I take a look here, and I go to Geo, you can see the Geo group inside of the outliner. Great. See, again, it doesn't really show you everything. It shows you got a right eye and a left eye. But let's take a look over in the hypergraph. When I'm in the hypergraph, whoop, and I've got options, display, shape, hidden, underworld nodes on, you can see there's a purple node. Uh-oh. And that's just indicating some history, so an Alt-Shift-D go away. But right here, we've got a problem. There's an instance, and so this isn't going to work well with an instance. So if I go Control-D, I make a duplicate, and then I take this little node right here and delete it, the instance is gone. Also, too, sometimes when you import files in, you start getting this kind of stuff, and I'm just going to change the name to body. Keep it low. See the shape node here didn't change, the name didn't change, so that should be like body shape with a capital S. There. Because you're just asking for trouble when you start having this stuff in here, and I can see polycon, teeth top. What's going on behind me? Okay. And then this one here, it's got that weird importy thing. There, teeth top shape. Also to freeze the transformations, modify, freeze transformations. Check out the body, check out these other teeth here, do the same thing, and just hit G and backspace, and same problem over here. Okay, clean it up, and freeze that puppy. Not my puppy. Currently, my dog is curling around my legs. I don't really know what's going on, why that's happening, but anyway, that's what's going on. Okay, back, enter, right eye shape. Okay, and anything with the left eye, that's all cool. Okay, and what's this thing? I don't know. I'm gonna roll it around, doesn't do anything, get rid of it. Okay, so we got that clean. This body though, when I look at it, there's problems with the shape overall, right? Like the shape's kind of lumpy, and it's nice to keep it nice and smooth, and I'm not sure how these are going to deform. I think it's meant to be kind of cartoony, so things like crunchy triangles and stuff like that here might not be the best. There's another n-gon right there, another one there. I could clean them up, but I feel it's a little bit high poly overall. The mouth loops, we got that. We got the eye loops. We just got little n-gons and troubles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to export it. So here, I'll pause and I'll take it over to ZBrush. Okay, I just went and exported it out of Maya. And bastard, what am I doing? I got this. Let's get rid of that thing. we go to import. I was thinking I was in Maya for a second. And if I go here to download, and I find KAAN, open, and it says it has quads and triangles and things like that. I'm just going to drag it in, hit the edit button. Now, yeah, so what it just did was it went and fixed all the, well, it didn't fix them. It went and took all the n-gons and converted them into its own geometry sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to Subtool. Let's smooth this actually. Control D, smooth it a couple times. You can actually see there's another problem right here. We have little holes. Okay, so there's probably little holes across this thing. So that could be more problems as to why Advanced Skeleton won't work. And let's just go ahead and I'm going to make a duplicate. And I'm going to take the duplicate, let's put it on solo. And I'm pretty sure that is solo. Yeah, okay. And if I go down in here and I'm going to go to the Dynamesh, hit Dynamesh and see what it does. Would you like something? No! That's a little bit on the low side, so I'm going to undo that and I'll go in and I'll put that on, say, 256. Okay, Dynamesh. Yeah. Okay, so that's not too bad if I put on the polyframe so you can see all the polygons on this. And I'm going to hit X. And that kind of filled in some of these holes too that were problematic. Looks like there's some polygroup issues there. That's not a big deal. But now, if I were to take this and if I hit duplicate, actually I'm just curious about something. So I just started thinking I could actually have done this with, I could have skipped the Dynamesh step and just go down here to ZRemesher and polygon 5. Let's make that say 2 and I'll hit ZRemesh. Okay, and see, it always does kind of a garbage job around the mouth. The eyes are kind of okay. There feels like a little bit of a spiral, but it closed up some of the holes. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just before I go and do this whole thing, I'm just going to get rid of this. Just delete it. This one, I'm just going to address a couple of issues here. Do I have this on? Great. I'm just going to move my microphone and hopefully you can still hear me and this doesn't fall off the table. But some of these things are kind of lumpy in here. I'm just going to try to simplify them a little bit. And so if I hold down Shift and I do this, maybe, I don't know if I like how that was looking. Let's use, say, the BIN, inflate. Kind of start to inflate some of these things so we get kind of a nice smooth shape. And they should be kind of a little bit thick and thin. That's what we're looking for, especially if we're doing something a little bit more on the cartoony side of things. Okay, and when I Dynamesh that, you can see it kind of evens it out. Okay, and I probably would have done this in the original state that I was showing earlier. There, let's take those knees down a bit, and then when I inflate, say, the front. Okay, maybe I'll switch to my move brush. So I can kind of pull this a bit forward. I gotta watch out that I don't do too much of my own little style on everything. But here, and the knee should be slightly bent. Okay, I'm just gonna make this a bit smaller. Kind of make those ankles a bit thinner. There. And I got the move brush on still. Let's do that. And then if I take this and I kind of pull it a bit. And when I'm doing this, I'm trying to be also kind of conscious that because I'm going to rig this, that it will probably look better if the hip, the knee, and the ankle are kind of lined up. And I kind of think I pulled this over too much. Okay. Okay, and I might be adding too much of my own style into this. Oh, and I'm holding down Shift, and okay, let's stop doing that. Okay. And the foot looks relatively flat, but I want to move it down a bit more. Okay, and this kind of lump here, I don't know if I feel that's right. Pop that up. And okay, so I feel that's better. Maybe the ass needs to, or the bum needs to hang down a bit more. The pecs seem a little bit top heavy. Usually the pecs kind of hang down a bit more. Okay, and I gotta pull the pecs down to the side. And some of this looks a bit bulky. Soften that. Maybe use a bit more inflate. And I'm trying to do this super fast, so because people are watching me. Okay, let's just Dynamesh that puppy. And I still don't know if I buy it. And I've got the inflate brush on. I meant to have the BMV. So fill that up in the back. Great. And then when I look here at the back of the neck, usually the cranium kind of comes back like this. It's the joy of Dynamesh. And I keep losing that ear shape there. I'm kind of losing a lot of that, but that's okay. We'll come back to that. And let's just make this bit up. This is always best to handle the mouse sock back in Maya. And anything else I want to do in here? You know what? I'm going to take this, and I think I've got the Dynamesh sitting at, do I have it 256? So I'm going to switch that. Let's do 512. Enter. Now if I hold down control, boop. Now we have a few more polys to play with. A little bit of clay buildup action. Here I'm going to turn the poly frames off. Just kind of build up a little bit of that furrow. And yeah, again, we're going to fix that mouth later on. And I lost some ear action. Okay. And that chin seems a bit too pointy to me, but that could be a style thing. Okay. And we got symmetry on. Oh, and also arms bothering me. Let's use the inflate. What did I just hit? Wrong one. Okay, inflate that a bit, smooth it down a bit. Try and get like a bit more of a forearm. Okay, and bicep. I don't know if I totally buy this, but whatever. There. Okay. And let's just hold down shift and smooth out the elbow area so where it's going to get a bit narrower. Okay, and so this gives me a chance to kind of fix potentially a few things or tweak them up, make them look better. I'm using the smooth now. There, we'll call that good for now. Oh, BMV. Coming at 13 minutes. Okay. Just using the move and kind of going in and changing a few things. The wrist is not looking totally right. Okay, and I'll call that good enough for now. So just change some things, soften them up, and we can tweak some of these up with the retopology. Also, if I feel like it got a little bit too thin, maybe compared to what the original was, don't forget that you've got down in here deformation. There's an inflate slider down in here, and
why are they alphabetical?
There, I can go and slide it up a bit, and if you say you don't want it on the hands for whatever reason, don't forget that you can just mask these out, and then if you hold down control and just click, you can blur that a bit. Might even do the same thing with, say, the head, and control alt, deselect that, blur that a bit, and then use the inflate, and it'll just do the rest of the body. So if you're trying to get back that volume maybe quickly. And I'm going to call that good. And now if I zip back here, I'll take this thing and I'm going to make a duplicate. Take the duplicate and I go down into the zero mesher, and I had that sitting I think at 2, gave me a low one. What about 3? I'll hit zero mesher. Okay, and actually that might be a bit high. Okay, let's take a look at what that looks like. So that went and cleaned up a lot of polygons. I'm just looking to see, that cleaned up a lot of things. And the mouth, I just might have to go in and take this back and use the quad draw features in Maya. And after I finish all this stuff, I'm going to come back and I'll do some modeling in here. It looks like I've lost a good chunk of the ears too. Those need to be sculpted out. What did it look like before? It looked like this. They're actually almost nondescript there. So, and I will do one other thing here just for the fun of it. If I take this one, I duplicate it. I could have skipped over the Dynamesh step and got this on solo. If I just hit zero mesher with a poly count of 3, so 3000 is what it's going to target, and it always gives you more. It will actually go over the model and do it without me doing any of that Dynamesh step. But still, the Dynamesh step just helped get some of these shapes and forms back, or get them to something I find a bit more pleasing to the eye. Okay, come on, just a little bit faster, you. Maybe these are giving me problems. Maybe it was a smart idea to Dynamesh first. Don't crash. For the love of God, don't crash. Yeah, so those are the major problems. Why? Looks like I might have crashed. I might have to go and wait for this one. I'll take it back to Maya, put it into the same group that it was in, and I will, let's see, dog is freaking out again. Yeah, then I'll try the advanced skeleton again on it, and it should work. I'm going to stop this video here.